pens. Pooja ma'am is a dedicated and accomplished professional with a diverse background in the tech industry. She is currently working as a software engineer at Palo Alto Networks and has interned at Microsoft, gaining valuable experience in software development. Pooja ma'am actively engages in the tech community through mentoring, judging hackathons, and speaking at the conferences. She has assumed leadership positions and received recognition and awards in various hackathons. Pooja ma'am is committed to fostering innovation and empowering others in the tech industry while continuously learning herself. Over to you, Pooja ma'am. Please be here. Hi everyone, good morning. Nice, I know everybody is preparing their abstracts, but trust me, this is very important in terms of not just for this hackathon, but for every initiative we want to take forward in the future. Okay, 15 minutes of your attention. Can I get that? 15 minutes. Okay. Right. So today we're going to talk about a very important thing. Of course, we're going to talk about AI, but we're not going to talk about it in the sense that what innovations people are already doing and how ChatGPT is growing. Today we'll talk about how you can leverage AI to benefit your local communities, because that is where the root cause of the problem starts. Okay, sounds interesting? Alright. So this is like a little bit of introduction about myself. I work as a software engineer at Palo Alto Networks. I was a software engineering intern at Microsoft. I have won numerous hackathons. I was the runner-up in the health category for Microsoft Imagine Cup, winner of VMware Gap Hackathon, second runner-up in Flipkart Grade, and recently I also received a prize in AWS Party Rock Hackathon. I was right now I'm also one of the top 59 teams in Google Gen AI Hackathon. And apart from this, there are 30 more hackathons that I have won. I've also had an extensive experience in terms of marketing and selling products. I was part of the OnePlus to Win Ambassador program. I also created a community in my university that was specifically for hackathons and innovations. And within a span of 7 months, we were able to garner 109 national achievements. So that's what I have been doing in the past. And now let's move forward. I mean, enough about me, let's talk about you. Can anybody tell me why are you here today? Apart from the fact that you have a lot of prizes and there is a lot of food and all. And I would love if the people to my left would just like pay a little bit of attention to me or just like stop the discussion for 15 minutes. Alright? Awesome. So the question is, why are you here today? Anybody, one-liner, few words, why are you here today? 2 words? Gain some experience. Okay, that's a good answer. Anybody else? Why are you here? I think I should probably stay there only. Lots of answers coming from there. But yeah, one of you probably answer me. Can we have a mic over there? I'm not able to like just get it. Alright, coming from a 100% women's university, I understand how exciting that can be. Alright, anybody else? Why are you here today? Come on, it's a simple question. Maybe you had an idea with your friends, you wanted to spend time, anything. People on the right, anybody, why are you here today? People in my center, why are you here today? Alright, okay. So the answer that I was looking for was somebody coming up and saying that, today I'm gonna build a product and take it to the actual market. We build products in hackathons, but we don't generally see them through. We think it's a small idea and it will not take us anywhere. But trust me, after building more than 50 products, selling them to different companies, I can tell you that even the tiniest idea makes you a lot of money. Okay, so let's discuss probably about the first theme. I will not add all the themes, but let's discuss to the few so that you also have the time to yourself to prepare your abstracts. So for women's safety, this is a product that already exists. It's called Safe City. Okay, now what they do is that they crowdsource data from different women who have been victims of abuse in different places. Now, what happened was that after these women complained that hey, I've been stared at by somebody or I've been stalked by somebody, hotspots started to generate. So these red circles that you see here, these are hotspots, and through these hotspots, police were able to identify which places required the most attention. And there have been cases in Delhi also where small street lights have been installed just to solve the problem that here women are targeted more, and the major reason why is because there is no light on the street. So right now, what this product shows, A, the power of crowdsourcing, and B, the power of analyzing data. Now, I know you probably might understand AI as something, an API that you can use as API, ChatGPT or Gemini or any other tool that is available currently. But what machine learning is capable of doing, that is way more advanced than what a chatbot can do, right? So here, using predictive analytics, people are able to solve on-ground problems. Okay? So this is one of the things that SafeCity does. Now, what can you do? How many of you are participating for the women's safety lab? Women's safety? Okay, one team there. Anybody else? Okay, everybody else thinks women are safe? Okay, alright. So, this is a problem, right? So let's say that somebody is getting harassed right in front of you. What do you do? This is a very simple question. Let's say in metro you see somebody harassing a woman. What do you do? Okay. So more than 50% of the people will choose to ignore you. Some of them will go to the person, some of them will start recording and put it on social media. Right? That is the general trend. But people are actually researching on different ways that bystanders can be trained in these scenarios. So people are using virtual reality and augmented reality. Now this research paper is of 2021. So imagine somebody has already done the heavy lifting for you. Somebody has already researched. Now what you have to do is just build a product on it. Right? So you can use virtual reality or augmented reality to build something. Folks, I'm really getting distracted. I'm honestly saying. Just give me 15 minutes of your attention. I promise this is not good. I promise these are products that you can take to the actual market. And the reason why I am only telling this to you and not building them myself is because this hackathon is very, very special to me. Alright? And I know for a fact that people who come here are of the best in the country. So make sure you pay a little bit of attention to me. There are so many ideas in here that you can build on. And maybe use something in this in your abstracts. Because why not? Alright? Right. So people are using virtual reality and augmented reality to prepare bystanders into how you tackle these situations. How you tackle somebody who's being harassed right in front of you. How do you tackle that? So people are using AI there, and now you can also add AI into it. So here are like a couple of my ideas that you can generate conversation with AI. You know what NPCs are? People who play games. You know what NPCs are, right? So imagine you putting NPCs into like a plane, your airplane, and the conversation from that NPC is being generated by AI. You don't have to do the heavy lifting. You have to probably include Gemini or OpenAI at the backend, and the conversation gets generated from that based on the dialogues that the person who is using your application does. Then the response gets generated, and you can also give suggestions for responses. So there was this application that I built like I don't know 1 year back, wherein we were using TensorFlow to basically generate conversations to help women travel safely in their cabs at night. So what that application does is it will open up and it will you'll talk to it, it will respond back to you. So that's what we were doing to maintain the illusion that she's talking to somebody at a room. Okay, now these two organizations, Ministry of Women and Child Development and Right to Be. These two organizations are somebody you can partner up with to actually put this product into good use. So people who are in the women's safety track, your product can actually go forward in the country through these organizations. So make sure you leverage this opportunity. Alright. Now moving on to climate change and sustainability. How many of you are participating in this track? Climate change and sustainability. That's interesting. Probably people who are online, they would be. So, do you know about this company? Fool? They make incense sticks. Does anybody know how to do that? I can't hear you, right? Can you come forward? My question is, do you know how Fool makes their incense sticks? No, okay. So they have like a very interesting technique. They reuse the flowers that are there in temples. So in temples, a lot of flowers are just offered to the deity, and those all get wasted. So what Fool does is they take those flowers from there and convert them into incense sticks. Such a simple idea, but they are now earning a lot of money from it. Right? So this mindset is very important to be inculcated in your mind that whatever you are building is going to go very, very, very well if you market it well. Alright? So that is what the current one of the companies is doing. There are a lot of climate change startups in Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai who are doing a lot of good stuff. And there is a lot of funding also available. One of my friends, he works for an organization who fund startups, particularly working in clean tech. So if you ever want funding opportunities, something like that, feel free to reach out to me if you're working in this space. Alright? So here is like another research that I found. This is of 2022, and what they are talking about is getting sustainability and green consumption to every person. Like personalized assistants are very common these days. So what you can build probably is an assistant that gives you the ability to understand what sustainable alternatives are to the current product that you're using and sustainable recipes. So these are two of the ideas. You can obviously think more. For folks, online who are working on climate change and sustainability, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and the TERI Institute are very important. Now, I am very biased to, my Indian government for obvious reasons. So make sure that you use these channels because they have a lot of schemes and initiatives wherein they award a lot of people as well for doing good. There is a registry called the Digital Public Goods, which is by the United Nations, and you see thousands of open source software, AI, and data models present there who are from India. And you can actually be one of them as well. It is not hard. You just need to fulfill an eligibility criteria that you need to be open source, and you will be able to get your name registered in such a huge organization. So that is something. Let's talk about health and fitness. So of course, shameless plug here. So this was a product that I built for Imagine Cup, which was to enable emotional well-being and mental disorder detection for everyone, right? So we were able to use artificial intelligence. We used OpenAI for building this product. So health and fitness, it doesn't really have to be physical fitness, it can be a mental fitness as well. So one of the ideas, this that already exists, is something that I built before. And an idea that you can build is that somebody had this Ayurveda box here, I was very excited by that. But what you can do is that Ayurveda is stemming from our country, right? It is very instilled in our roots, right? So why don't you do something about that? So you can build a board or you can build like a recommendation system which helps people understand how Ayurveda works in your life. There's a lot of there are a lot of tools and technologies which are for allopathic medicines, but you can definitely focus on homeopathic and Ayurvedic, which will give you an edge because there is actually a ministry of Ayurveda. I forgot the full form of this, but they will support you in this because they want people to come up and tell them that hey, I have made this new innovation and I want you to support me. They will provide you with the funding. And there is one competitor also that you can see and learn from. It's called Ayur AI, and they are doing amazing work. See what they are doing, try to learn from them, and think of more innovations. Okay. Now moving on to the last section that we are going to talk about is cybersecurity. I work in a cybersecurity company, so I first-hand experience how AI is being used, and not just since the past 2 3 years when the wave started, but for the past 10 years, my company Palo Alto Networks has been supporting a lot of customers, analyzing their data, preventing all the threats that come here, and just being the best leader in the industry. Right. So now what you can do for in cybersecurity? Okay, how many people are participating in cybersecurity track? Alright, that's good. Anybody from here? Cybersecurity track? Okay, alright. So for cybersecurity, I think one of the major gaps that exist is support for Indian regional languages. So let's say you're detecting phishing and pushing in any Indian regional language. This is one example of a research that was conducted where using NLP they were detecting phishing in Marathi language. So that is one support that you can try to add into your application because for English and for Asian languages and for all languages, there's a lot of support and innovation that has already been in the past. But Indian languages are comparatively harder because of the limitations in the data set that is there. So focus on this, and I'm pretty sure that the Indian government will be all over. That means that whatever can identify your identity, that is a personal PII information. For example, your name, your Aadhaar card, your passport number, etc. So all of these things can identify who you are, what you do, where you stay. So these informations, Karnataka State Police want So I think that's all from my side. If you want to reach out to me, if you want to build products with me, if you want to understand how you can take your product to the market, please feel free to reach out. And thank you so much for being an amazing audience answering my questions. The QR code is here. The link is also there in the on the slide if you can't scan it. So folks who want to scan it can scan it because the slide will go away in like less than 1 minute. So just that. Do you have any questions regarding your products? How to like make your abstract better? Oh yes, one thing that is very important in your abstract is you should be adding the business prospect of it. I know you have a good idea, but how does it work in the real world? That is very important in hackathons. Hackathons want entrepreneurs to stem out of it. And entrepreneurs focus on the business as well. Alright? So if anybody has any questions regarding how you can make your abstracts better, your presentation better, what more can you add? Shoot. Anybody? Any questions? Everybody has an amazing abstract already. I mean, I'm proud of you, but if you do have any questions, feel free to ask. Oh, also on the link tree, you will find the link to the presentation I gave here last year, which had the details of what to add in your hackathon presentation. So you can just go check that out as well. I mean, those are the things that I have added in my presentation in the past. So I've just given it to you that you can make your presentations like that. Trust me, it works. Any questions? Alright then, thank you so much and good luck for all your rounds, and I'm sure that a lot of products will come out of it. Thank you so much.
अभी क्या